What's up, guys? It's the Board Game Roamer, and we're back with our playthrough of Wonder the Cult of Barnacle Bay. We continue our current scenario, go on to the next encounter, and see how we fare. We did okay last time. Hopefully this next time we won't have too much of trouble. But hey, the way the dice roll, you never know, right? Alright, so let's go to the board and check it out. We're in scenario 2.5a, called the Rising Riptide. Arriving at the coast, the wanderers found the docks rapidly flooding. Rising up from the uncontrollable tides was the likes of something they had never seen before, a new creation of Elder Bang, a monstrosity they would come to call Riptide. Around Riptide's neck was a glowing amulet, something often worn by the old tidecasters from the ancient tribes that used to settle here. Attuned to the ocean, this amulet is said to protect the wearer while granting them the power to control the ebb and flow of the tides. Wanderers would need to find this amulet's anchors, which were stones with magic runes carved into them called tide stones, not pods. Taking the tide stones and placing them back in the ocean was the only way the Wanderers could stand a chance against Riptide. Here we are at the board. So like I said last time, if you've been watching the series, you saw us do that scenario. Just a note on that scenario, I realized after the fact that I kind of screwed up and only used 3 spawn cards instead of 5. So it was a little bit easier, and now after setting this up, I think the game knew it and decided to make it way harder on me. Yeah, so what we've done, you can see we have all our heroes here. I've got the sheet set up over here. The track's down here. Hopefully you can see everything. I've set it up with the correct number of spawn cards, which is important. Also, at the end of the last scenario, once we defeated the final baddie on that on the map, we all got a 1 HP increase. So I've already done that. That does not get rid of poison on Eileen, because you can see she still got the token. So we set this up, and so this scenario, what we've got is we have a couple of special things going on. Number one, down here in the corner, we have the MEGABRUTE, which I haven't got to paint, but he is bad news. Bad news. So he is on the board. Riptide is what he's called. We got to remember a couple things. Number one, he is immune to all damage. We cannot hurt this guy, which is just insane, but that's the way it is. What we have to do with this scenario for success is we have to get 2 objective tokens that look just like this. Alright, so there's 2 of these on the board. One is over here in this corner. The other one is over here in this corner. We have to grab, 2 of our heroes have to grab those. They have to bring them back and stand on either side of the docks, which means one of these 3 locations. And, let's see. Yeah. They just have to be in those 2 locations. Once they're in those locations, the curse is broken. We're GTG. So, what have we got on the board? Well, we've got 3 bear sharks and a number of archers, which is horrible because archers have poison, and we know how much we love poison. Like I said, Riptide. Now, the thing with the MEGABRUTE is he works a little bit differently. It's kind of interesting until you're on the receiving end, and then it's not so hot. So let's take a quick look at his card. So the way he works is we got his card here. So we're level 2, so we're right here. So he's going to have 20 hit points, although we can't do any damage to him, so it doesn't really matter. And once he's activated, we're going to roll 1 die, and he moves 1 space towards the closest hero. Then, depending on what happens, he executes based on whether we roll a crit, an axe, or an arrow. I'm going to assume that a axe shield is the same thing as an axe. But you can see he does, at level 2, 3 points of damage with a defensive 3, which doesn't matter, but that's 3 points of damage. And he can attack lots of things. Like we can see, like a axe, bash. He can move 2 spaces. So he can potentially move up to 3 spaces, right? Which is just ridiculous. And attack for an extra hit. He heals wounds, not that it matters. And then a crit is he spawns crablings. And then those actually will move across the board and attack our heroes out on the board as well. So it's just like every form of banditry that there could possibly be. And he is at the top of the initiative stack. So he's in the 1st and 3rd position, so that gives him an extra defense, which doesn't matter because he doesn't do any damage. But he's in the 3rd position, which is an extra move. So that's a thing. So as far as that goes, let's talk about that right quick. Gunbjorn is in the 2nd position with an attack buff, which is good because he's got a pretty good weapon. Eileen is in the 4th position. She is still damaged. Alright, so you still got the poison on her. The brutes are in the 5th position. They get the attack buff. Bebo is in the 6th position with an extra move. Hopefully she can be using her attacks to great effect, I hope. Maybe softening up some targets. The archers are in the defensive position, which sucks because that means they have 2 defense. The grunts are in attack positions. They're going to be doing 2 attack. They have 2 defense. The casters get an extra move. Tank, fortunately, is in a defensive position, but I don't know how great that really is because he's still at the bottom of the initiative stack, and I'd really almost rather him be at the top. So either you're gonna have to consider moving him to the top, or make sure that he's kind of on his own so that he can really take advantage of that counter strike with his shield. So that's our board situation. Let's get on with it and see what happens here. So we'll start at the top. Fortunately, the Mega doesn't activate, and in order for him to activate, he's not going to activate until we get here. So you can see with the red line there, that's the line. Once we cross any of those squares, any of those squares on the tiles, the spaces, then he activates, and we're gonna have to run from him basically the whole time. So this is gonna be so many levels of rough. But hey, it'll be interesting. It's the first time we've actually faced the Mega Brute, so we'll see what happens. But and also if you're curious, on page, this is the rule book on page 35. It's got the rules for the Mega Brute, and it talks about the crablings down here. They do have their own initiative track, and so they're kind of more of an annoyance, right? But they're still going to move. Once they do spawn, they'll come in at the end of the track. They're going to move 1 space. They have 1 attack, no defense, and 1 HP. So, I mean, they're easy to kill, but, they're still out there. And especially, like, at this point, they're going into the space 11 on the track. Well, now they got +1 damage, so they're actually doing 2 damage. So, other things just of note on the board, there is a potion right here. Really close to where he's at, so I don't know if it's going to be worth going for or not. We'll just have to see how things shake out. But we're going to start with Gunbjorn, and we're going to see what happens. So he's got, let's see here, I'm looking over here. He's got his 3 actions. He's in the attack slot, so he can't do anything special. So he's going to do 1 at move action, and he is going to use his 2nd action to attack. He's going to attack ranged. He's going to attack this guy because Now there's line of sight, so they are activated. This is engaged. So he's going to roll with his bow. Ranged is 4. He is in the attack slot for 5. He does get pierce, which is good. So yeah, we're going to be rolling 5 dice with our second of 3 actions against this, against that brute. Okay, 2 hits. He has no rerolls or anything like that, which is unfortunate. It'd almost be worth it to switch him out with a longbow for this, just to try to stay away from lots of damage. Oh, that was not. I wish that was a crit. So the brutes do have. They're in the attack position, so they do have 2 XP. But remember, he has that piercing. All range attacks gain pierce with his sniping goggles. So that actually they would block 2, but instead they only block 1. Those 4 of the 3, are a miss. So that will take 1 damage. All right, that's 2 actions. We'll go with his final action. And all right, there we go. We've got 3 hits. Oops. Y'all can't see that very well. It's got 3 hits there. Again, they would normally block 2. Piercing adds 1 back, so that brute takes 2 more damage for a total of 3. Keeping in mind that they do have 7. So, we're not even close. Okay, so I'm going to use this green die here for my keeping up with the initiative there. The brute, the mega would go again. All right, Eileen goes next. As a reminder, Eileen took flight so she can move freely through water spaces. She does have a ranged weapon, so she's going to go 1, 2. Remember, this is the line, so she does not activate, engage the Mega Brute. That's 1 action. The next 2 actions are going to be ranged attacks. She gets 5 dice for her attack, and that's what she gets. So here we go. 5 dice looking for ranged. Alright, so we got 2 melee, 2 ranged, and a crit. So we need to roll for the crit. And unfortunately, there is no... Let's see, does she have rerolls? I don't think she has rerolls. Yeah. No rerolls. Now, she does have 1... Crit causes 1 AoE wound per crit, but there's nothing else in here. So that's not going to help any. And with the 2 defense, the brutes have. Yeah, that does... sorry, she got 3 hits. So she does manage to get 1 of those through, which takes it to 4. That's her second action of 3. Final action is... Wow. Only 1 ranged, so that's a total whiff. Or defense, right, blocks it. So that's it. Now we got to remember she does, unfortunately, have poison. A natural 2 defense, plus 1 defense for the scale shield. Oh, she does not have that equipped. Never mind. Probably needs to be changing that out. So she's rolling 2 defense, looking for a shield, hoping for a crit to get rid of this. Oh, okay, there it is. And the poison finally goes away. Hallelujah. Man, that thing is so... Okay, brute goes. Now, the brutes, if we look on their AI card, interesting to note, they move 2 spaces per turn. So they are worth more and they're harder to kill, but they do move 2 spaces. So 2 spaces towards the closest hero. He doesn't leave the damage. It's the only one that's engaged right now. So that's done. Bebo goes next. Bebo's going to go 1, 2 up here as well, and is going to attack with the tome, 3 dice plus 1 die for her gloves. That's 4 dice. And she has 2 actions to do this. So let's see what happens. Looking for ranged. Okay, so there's 3 and a crit. So I'll put the hits there, the not hits there. This is a crit. Alright, another ranged. So with her second action, she rolls 4. She does not have any rerolls. She has a defense reroll and some stuff for crit defense. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. She has +1 attack because of her relic, so she should have rolled 1 more. Okay, so that was a miss. So she's still hit with 4. We take away 2 of those for the defense, which means the brute takes 2 damage, which puts him up to 6. Now, here's the thing. She has 6. Okay, so if she kills him, she won't level up, but she'll be close to level 3. And we want to be careful because we don't need another spawn already. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the good thing is she's going to have that AoE, wounds with crits, but she's probably going to be taking Dark Focus +1 attack to all spell attacks because she just needs that. Okay, so her third action, so she did a move action. No, she did a free move action, so that was her first action, was to attack. She is going to attack again with 3 base dice +1 for her gloves, +1 for her Berserker Gem, and she does not get the 1 for attacking at full health. She doesn't have that anymore. Yeah. Oh no, it's 1 attack against enemies at full health. Never mind. She only gets 4. I did that wrong. Fortunately, she missed with that one that I added before. So she's only going to attack with 4 with her second action. Ooh. Man, all these crits. And nobody else in the circle. Alright, so there's 2 crits, so we're going to roll 2 more. Oh my gosh. Another crit. A miss. 5 damage. Minus the 2 for the shield. That's enough to kill. So this guy is out. Alright, so that's good. That's one big one away. She gets 2 experience. That puts her up to 8. There is 8. She is just underneath. Just underneath. And that was 2 actions. What does she want to do for her third action? I guess for her third action, she'll move up 1. Still has not engaged here because we've got from center, back corner to back corner. So still not engaged as far as I can tell. Let me just double check that to make sure that I'm doing line of sight, because that's kind of a big thing in this one. Yep, I was right. Alright, just wanted to double check that before I did anything crazy. Alright, archers go next. Nothing is active. The grunts, again, nothing is active. Casters, nothing is active. Then we have tank. Oh, and this Haley should move freely with Bebo there. So tank's gonna go. He has what, 2 actions still? Yeah, he needs 1 more XP to level up. He's gonna go 1 action, 2 actions. Sorry, 2 movements for his 1 action. That's gonna be move action. And then he's going to move out again with his second action, and that's where he's going to be at. So we go back to the Mega. Nothing happens with the Mega. Gunbjorn is going to go. He's going to go one action to move there. Remember, he has 3 actions, 2 actions to move here. And then we have to make a decision. I mean, at some point in time, we've got to go up there, so... I don't know. Because as soon as he enters this space, this guy's going to activate. And the casters are going to activate. So I really need him to be able to move up and then do some attacks to get rid of the casters to really make it worth the while. So he's going to actually... 2 actions will get him there. I think what I am going to do is I'm going to change his longbow. I'm going to use an action to change out his equipment. As much as I like the dragon bow, the attack reroll... The attack reroll's pretty good, so we're going to try that. So that's his third action. Mega goes. Again, he's not engaged. Eileen goes. Doesn't have any problem with flight because of the water. So, she's got 3 actions. Crit causes 1 wound per crit. I don't want her to get hurt, and if she goes here and doesn't kill all of these, she's going to be potentially taking 4 damage. Yikes. So here's what we are going to do. Again, as much as I love the blunderbuss with 5 AoE wounds per crit, or crit causes AoE wound, man, I just really feel like, I think she's going to change out her gear, and she's actually going to switch up, and she's going to equip the scale shield for survivability, defense, and a defense reroll, an offhand, and then in the ranged one hand, the boomerang. Crit causes cleave, so there is something to be said for that. So we're going to give that. So that's 1 action. So now our total defense would be 3 with a defensive reroll. And if we do cleave, so let's say that we do attack and we do manage to get cleave. Cleave is going to let us look it up right quick. Rolling a crit causes 1 additional enemy within the same space to automatically suffer 1 wound. So basically, it's So it's instead of an AoE wound, it's just 1 additional enemy in the space. Okay. So that's 1 action of 3. She's gonna move here and stop. Brutes don't go. Bebo goes. Actually, Bebo's got 4 defense and a defensive reroll. That's kind of funny. Only has 4 hit points though. So I'm really. Alright, she's gonna just pass. Archers can't go, grunts can't go, catchers can't go, tank. So let's assume yes, I would say tank. The tank could go to the top, but again, yeah, I guess he's just going to stay there. and we're going to go back to the top here. So the Mega can't go. Gunbjorn. Gunbjorn is going to go ahead, I think, and move here. Now, that activates him. So in this next spot, he will go. And it had to happen at some point. So one action to move, then he's going to do an attack. His bow is 4 plus 1 for where he's at in the initiative track. That's going to be 5 dice. Looking for ranged, attacking casters. Let's see what he can do. Ranged. Okay. Oh, wow. Does pretty well. So that's 2 crits. Let's get these over here that have been sitting on crit. Holy cow. Okay, there's another crit. And a miss. He does have 1 attack reroll from his bow. So we're going to reroll this. It's still a miss. That's 6 hits. 6 hits minus for the casters 2 defense. And the casters have 4 hit points. So that is going to destroy one of the casters right out. Casters are worth 1 XP. He is going to go from 5 XP to 6 XP. So we'll get him spun up there. Nice. So that was 1 move, an attack. That's 2 actions. He's going to get 1 more action. And he is going to fire at the other caster. So he's got 4 dice plus 1 for his position. And, wow, did not do anywhere near as good this time around. So, yeah. 1 crit. Miss. So he gets 1 reroll for the attack. Okay, his reroll's a crit. And, okay, another crit. And, oh my gosh, another crit. And a miss. So that's going to be 4 minus the caster's defense of 2. Means the casters are going to take 2. Fortunately, these archers are behind this spot, so they can't see. There's like a wall there. That's good for us. Okay, the Mega goes. So it's going to move 1 space. But it's actually going to move 2 spaces because it's in the space here. So there's the 2 spaces towards the closest enemy, closest hero. And then we have to roll the die. So it's either, let's just roll it and see what happens. Okay, so that's a sword. Move 2 spaces, if not in attack range, and attack for 2 hits. Move 2 spaces. So it's going to go here, because it's going to go to the closest enemy. As it was not within attack range, because it's melee. And then it's going to attack, and Eileen would be the target because she is closest to the initiative track. It's going to attack for 3. Yes, level 2. It's going to attack for 3. Eileen's got 2 defense. Eileen's got 3 defense. 2 from her regular, 1 from her shield. So defending against 3 hits with 1 reroll. Okay, so there's blocking 1. She gets a reroll. Only blocking 1. She takes 2. Okay. Wow, that sucks. All right, Eileen goes next. Now, here's the thing. If she moves out, because he's right there beside us, there is a dodge roll. Okay? So, we haven't really had to deal with this either, because I think a couple times it's come up I've not done it correctly. So I'm gonna get in here and make sure that I do this right. Downs, nope. Let me find it. Card slot, nope. Movement, that's initiative. Darkness tile, spawn cards, dodge, move, use tokens, use ownership, do. Swing enemies. Should be under move. Oh, dodge. Gosh. If you want to move your hero in the attack range, your hero will have to attempt to dodge. To dodge out of the way, you will roll your hero's defense stats against one incoming hit. Yeah. So now it is important to note, number one, and this is the way that I understand it. If I am, you evaluate the dodge at the beginning of the turn. So starting out the turn, I am close to, I'm close to this unit, and this unit could potentially attack me. If we had, for example, a caster, because they're melee, they're ranged too. So if a caster was sitting here and Eileen decided to move, even if this wasn't here, that caster could attack. So that's going to be a dodge because it's within range. It doesn't matter how many units are out there that could potentially hit you. You only defend against one incoming attack, period. So we're going to do that. Wow. And with a defensive reroll, there's all misses. We roll. Oh my gosh. So she takes one more damage. She's at 1. I think we're going to be using a lot of our downed. Our morale's fixing to take a huge hit. So she's going to take the hit, has to take the hit, but she's still going to move. So that's one action to move. And then she's going to attack with her second action. 4 dice. Looking for ranged against this caster. No rerolls. No crits. So nothing with her second action. That was the result. So we had, one of those was actually, of course I would be rolling it when it's actually not time to roll it. Like that. Third action, again looking for ranged. Okay, so there's one hit, a miss, a hit, a miss. One of those was a crit and a hit. So casters have 2 defense. 2 of those that come out, that's 1 damage to the caster. And crit causes cleave. Well, there's no other units, so it doesn't really matter. So that is her actions. Alright, brutes go. There is no brute on the board that can go. Bebo goes. And Bebo's going to have to make, she's going to free action to move there, but she too will have to make a dodge roll. This is clearly going to be a thing. Because remember, we don't have to kill everybody on the board. We just have to, as I understand it, we just have to complete this ritual. So she's got 3 attack plus 1 for her glove. It's not against full health. Oh wait, sorry, we got to do her defensive roll. So she has 4 defense. 2 from her natural, 1 from her helm, and then another 1 from her urchin armor. So she has 4. She needs to switch that out with the tank. Look for ranged. Or sorry, this is defense. Yikes. She does get a defensive reroll because of her scepter. So if she can get a crit or a defense here, she won't take any damage. Okay, there's a crit. She's not going to take any damage. Thank you, Lord. Now she's going to do her attack of 3 plus 1 for her gloves. And That was her free move, so this is her first of 3 actions. Ranged versus the caster. Alright, so we have 2 hits and 2 misses. One of those is a crit. A miss. No rerolls. But one of these is taken by the shield, which makes 4, and that is enough to kill the caster. Oh gosh. Alright, puts her at 9. That was her first action. But we have a 2 times spawn. So the way this is going to work is we're going to determine the closest spawn point, and we're going to draw a card for it, and it's a double spawn, which means we start there, whatever's closest, and then we go clockwise. These are equally close, so I'm going to say we'll start here. We'll draw a spawn card. We're at level 3 now, so we get 3 casters. That sucks. That sucks. Casters suck. Alright, so 3 casters for the first card. 1, 2, and oopsie, 3. Okay. Lots of casters out on the board. Then we do the second card, which will spawn up here in the corner. Again, level 3. We do 2 grunts. 2 grunts and a boomer. So, and we have to do these in a very specific order. So, 2 grunts first. So 1 grunt, 2 grunts. So the first grunt goes in here, and then the other one can't fit, so it goes out here, and then the boomer will go right there because again it can't fit. So that's the thing. This is just not good. This is just really not good. Okay, so that's 2. 1 action. Everybody gets 1 XP, which is good. Actually, everybody gets 2 XP. So Eileen's going to go from 4 to 6. As soon as I can find the 6 on this dice. Tank's going to go from 3 to 5, which is good because that gives him an extra action on his turn. So let's mark that. So he'll have 3 actions. Then we've got Gunbjorn, who's going to go from 6 to 8. So there's 8 for him. And then, of course, Bebo's the one that did that, so nothing happens. Okay. Right. Bebo's second attack. Alright, she's got 3 dice for the tome and 1 for her gloves. So that's 4. Good for ranged. That's 2 hits and 2 misses with a crit. There's a crit. Targeted one of the casters. But the casters have 2 defense. So the one she targeted didn't take any damage. That's her second action. However, she did cause confusion. And what does confusion do, you say? Well, confusion is very helpful, because it's going to make that unit attack other units. When an enemy model is affected by confuse, it attacks another enemy model in attack range and ignores defense. It's affected by confuse. The enemy model attacks another enemy model in attack range and ignores that target's defense. So I'm assuming that a normal attack always just does damage. So it's going to attack one of the other casters, and the casters are going to, one of them is going to take 2 damage because it ignores any defense. So we'll just put it on this one right there. That was the second action. Third and final action with 4 dice, looking for ranged. I think that's right. I might have gotten myself. I'm going to start using these dice to keep up with my actions again. Ranged attacks. Same thing. This is against the same one that she just missed, by the way. So there's a crit and a miss. So again, misses it. Crit causes confusion. It'll do an attack against the one that it just attacked and kill it. I'm assuming... She didn't make the kill, but she did cause a confusion, so I'm curious. Let me have a think on this. Okay, so yes, based on post from the developers, actually on BGG, we do give XP to whoever caused the confusion if they kill something. So now Bebo's going to go from 9 to 10. Alright, cool. Archer's next, nothing happens. Grunt's next, nothing happens. Casters can move. They have an extra move. I guess one of them would move here. Then we'll do ranged attacks to the closest, and it's going to be based on initiative. So Gunbjorn is highest quote quote initiative. So he's going to be taking, casters do 2, I believe. Yep, defending against 4. He's got 2 defense, and yeah, he's got 2 defense. Man, he may need to get. He may need to get some stuff changed. Alright. 2 defense against 4 damage. This is not good. And no rerolls. Holy crap. He just took 4 damage. Tank. Tank's going to move to here. He's got to do a defensive roll. He's got 2, plus 1 for his shield, plus 1 for his amulet of protection, plus 1 for his defense, his bucket helm. So he's got 5, plus 1 for his position on the track, 6 defense. And he does manage to block it. So there's the 1 block. So he moves, then he attacks with his weapon of 3. He really needs a better weapon, but I need a better one-handed weapon. And nobody's got one that he could use. So against the caster 3, this is his second action because he did a move action. Crap, I always forget that. Haley should be in here. Summons don't count against the small limit. Alright. So there's 2 successes, one of it being a crit. 3 successes. So that's going to be 3 hits minus the caster's 2 defense. That's going to be 1 damage against the caster. And then he's going to do the same thing again with his 3rd. And 3 hits again. Oh, you know what? I forgot he had rerolls. I didn't use it last time. Okay, that's alright. So, minus 2 for defense. Caster's going to take 2. Or be at 2, sorry. Mega goes. Moves towards the closest unit. Well, that's Tank. He's going to attack Tank. Well, he's going to move. And then he's going to roll the die, actually. He gets the arrow. Arrow is heals 1 HP, attack all close heroes. So he's going to attack Tank. Tank again has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defense. And oh, the attack is for 3 damage. So there's 2 crits. So we roll 2 more dice. 3, that's a success. Those are all misses. I could roll a bunch of crits, but since he can't do any damage, it's not going to do me any good. Suffice to say, he blocked the Mega Brute. This is good. Gunbjorn goes. Now, here's the thing. The casters have miasma. -1 attack to heroes that are close. That doesn't stack, as I understand it. I don't believe. Yeah, we're gonna. I just did a quick search. I want to say that I've seen that before, and the answer is no. Because if you had like 3 or 4 casters, you'd only be able to roll like 1 die, which is, I don't think how it's intended. So he's gonna do a 4 attack. He gets +1 for his position on the track, -1 because of the miasma, so it's 4 range, and gets the 1 in his space. Alright, so there's 2 hits, and 2 misses, a crit, gets him another roll, it's also a miss, lovely. And he has no rerolls, but we do have to remember he has the sniping goggles, so he does reduce the caster's defense to 1, so that caster will take 1 damage. It's him up to a total of 3. If I can spin this around, oh my gosh, I know it has a 3 on the side. That leaves 2 more actions. Put that there as a reminder for myself. For him, he's going to spend another action to do the same thing, attacking for 4, looking for ranged against the same caster. 2 hits, no rerolls. That's enough damage to kill it, because that's 4. That's going to give him another XP. That's going to put him to 9, which is going to be level 3. We're already in level 3, so we don't do experience spawn or anything like that. But what we do have to do is we do have to give him an ability. So we have Mystic Weapon. May attack with melee weapons from range, or all heroes gain 1 free move action, including Gunbjorn. Well, I mean, he had the Dragon Bow that did essentially that, so I don't really think that's necessarily gonna help us as far as attacking with melee from range. So let's go with the free move. Hopefully, I hope that this will give him the ability to move around, and more importantly, give everybody else the ability to move, or we can hurry up and grab these objective tokens maybe and get back and save ourselves. Alright, so that's gone. So his final action will be against this caster. So, oh wow, okay. So, get these out of the way. There we go. So that's going to be 3 hits and a miss with a crit. We have to roll another, and that's a miss. So 3 hits, -2 for the defense, which really becomes a -1. So he's going to do 2 damage with this final action to this caster. The brute goes. It's going to move to the closest. It's already at the closest, and most likely attack tank. Let's see, a crit. Oh no. Okay, so a crit is spawn 2 crablings in a closed space. So give me just 1 second here, and let me get the crabbling tokens out. Now it does say in a close space, so we can choose where to put them, and I'm going to put them right there. So there's our 2 crabbling tokens. But it also means that we got to go into the initiative here, and the crablings. Oh wait, you know what? We didn't add the boomer. The boomer should have gone to the end of the stack. Couldn't move, so it doesn't make any difference. But now the crablings are going to go down in the last one, and they they have 12. I mean, sorry, they're in position 12, which means they can move twice. Lovely. Okay, so he doesn't attack, which I guess is good. Eileen's going to go. think honestly, she's in a defense position. Eileen's going to move 1, 2, no. 1 action. 1, 2, 2 actions. 1, 2, 3 actions. But I think because she went to here and moved out, she's going to have to do a dodge roll 3 with a defensive reroll because she stopped her movement and then with another action moved again. So, okay, so there is a defense. So she's good on that. Basically, I just wanted to engage these guys. Now, you know, the mechanics are set up in this game where I can't just run up there and shoot and then run away. So these guys are engaged. They're going to be marching toward us. But Tank, with his reroll, with his tons of defense, hopefully can ward off anything down here, keep this guy at bay, while the rest of our heroes do the work they need to do. That's my theory. Brutes would go. None of them are active. There's only 2 are left over here. Bebo goes next. Bebo is going to get a free move action. I don't believe she has to take it immediately. So, she's going to do an attack. She got 3 actions, plus her move action, which I'm going to put this over here just to remind myself of that beside it. So, she's going to use her first action to attack the caster. 4 dice, looking for ranged. So there's 2 hits. And one of them is a crit. Casters do have the 2 defense. Dang it. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Yeah, just not going to happen. So that's 1 action. Second action, same thing. 4 dice, looking for ranged. Okay, so we have 2 misses, 2 hits, both of which are crits. 2 more hits, one of which is a crit. And a miss. So that's going to be 4 hits. -2 for the defense. That's enough to kill the caster. Confusion did happen, but he had no targets, so that's not going to do us any good. That gives her another XP. Man, she is powerful. But she's going to make us spawn like no tomorrow. Okay. Right. So she has a free move action. Actually, her move action, I think... Oh. See, the problem is if I go in here, these guys are going to be... They're going to open up. Yeah. Now, she could... Oh, you know what she could do? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so... One thing I haven't been utilizing is Haley. So let's take a quick look at the summons. Hero must spend 2 actions to resummon a familiar movement. Familiars may move with heroes for free, may move as many spaces as your hero. Hero may also spend 1 action to move the familiar 2 spaces while keeping the hero stationary. So I'm actually going to move Haley here with an action, with a move action. Her free one. Well, they're already going to be marching this way, though. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I thought for a second I was going to be like, oh, I'm going to go up there and get them to show up, but that's not going to make a difference. What I will have her do, she only has... So she's going to use it... Dang, I really need Tank to switch out gear with her to get him the urchin armor, just to give him another defense. Because then he would have 2, 3 with his board, 4 with his helm, 5 with his accessory, 6 with the armor, and he would have a reroll. So, I mean, that's pretty dope. But I don't want to move her down there because now I don't have enough actions to get her out. So she's going to be done. Archers, no archers are activated. We have a grunt. Oh no, actually they are. So this archer up here, because when Eileen went up here, all these are activated. This archer's going to move here into that space. Can't attack. It's a full space. Then the grunts are going to move. So this grunt's going to move here. This grunt's going to move here. They're in the attack position. So then the casters are going to move. They're in the movement position. So they're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. I think that's right. Then Tank's going to go. Okay. So Tank is going to move into this space for an action. Then he's going to trade, which I believe is just a single action, if I remember right. Trade equipment. Just want to make sure that that's a single action. Fairly certain. Yep, to give or receive an item. Yep. And we can swap them around. So he's going to trade with her and grab the urchin armor. And he's going to give up the sushi knife. Might as well give it to her. So now he has the urchin armor. So if we weren't fighting him, so his second action was to trade. His third action is going to be to move back right there and try to hold him off. All right, boomers go. So they're going to move one space. That's going to fill that space. And, they move 2 per turn. So they're going to move here. Rut-row raggy. Crablings are going to move. Going to move 2 per turn. So I think they would move through and move into this space here and attack. They have an attack of 1. So there's 2 of them, so that's a total of 2 attacks. And Tank's going to have, again, 2 for his natural defense, 1 for his shield, 1 for his urchin armor, 1 for his amulet of protection, 1 for his bucket helm, and 1 for his position on the track. So he's got 7 defense dice against 2 attacks. Okay, and we do have a reroll. There's a crit, though. Wow. 7 dice, and we effectively only rolled 1 defense. Okay, so that was for the crit, so then we need a reroll. Using the lucky charm. Nothing. So he's going to take 1 damage, which is going to put him down to 3. And then... Man, that sucks. Then he got a crit. So he can do a wound to a close enemy crit. Enemy. He's going to do 1 wound to the crabbling. I'm assuming they're not worth any XP. One crabbling is gone. Okay. The mega starts. It's going to move to the closest hero. He's already there. And it's going to roll a die to see what it does. Arrow. Attacks all close heroes. For 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be 7 defense dice. Alright, so there's 2 successes so far against tank. Here's for the crit. There's a success. I won't keep rolling because he just needed 3. Can't do any damage back. Well, actually, let's see. Too close attacking enemy. Oh, yeah, the enemy wasn't attacking, so he did defend against that. That's good. That's why we like him. Gunbjorn goes. He's going to target with his bow a 5 dice attack. 4 for his bow, 1 for his position against the boomer, looking for ranged with his first of 3 actions. So he's got 2 actions left. Looking for ranged. That's 2. And of course, the boomers have 2 defense, so no hits. Oh, sorry, he has pierce, so it does take 1. And these guys have 4 hit points. So, second action, same thing. 5 dice attack. Oh my gosh. Complete miss. And his final action. Okay, so there's 2 hits, 2, 3 misses with these for the 2 crits. There's a hit and a miss. So that's going to be 2 defense goes to 1 defense. So he's going to do 2 damage, which is a total of 3 damage against the boomer. The mega. Move to the closest hero. And he's going to attack for +1 hit. So he's going to be attacking for 4 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. So tank's going to be defending against 4 hits. Wow. Okay. So there's 3 successes. And he gets a reroll because of his lucky charm. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, gosh. He takes 1 hit. He's basically standing over there going, guys, you better hurry it up. That's basically what he's doing. Okay, Eileen. Okay, so Eileen is going to have 3 actions. Eileen is going to start her first action with an attack against the boomer. Ranged, of course. The boomerang, so there's 2 hits, 2 misses, and a crit. That's another. That's a miss. Right. Crit causes cleave per crit. So, what did we say what the cleave was? I think that it has to be in the same space. So, unfortunately, I don't believe cleave is going to help in this particular scenario. Yeah, they have to be in the same space as the target. So if she'd have shot at something like, say, over there, we have a bunch of units, that would be different. So no hits because they have 2 defense. So that comes out. We're going to do it again. Second action. Looking for ranged. She has no rerolls for attacks. That was a miss. Her third action. Oh man, okay. So there's 3 hits. A miss with 2 crits. There's the 2 crits. So that is 5 hits minus 2. For the defense is 3 hits, 3 and 3. That's 6 total damage, which is more than enough to kill this boomer. Eileen gets an XP. Goes to 7. 7. Okay. Whew. Those guys, them putting poison on, and the archers are just gross. I'll be targeting the archers too, just so everybody's clear. Brute goes, nothing. Bebo goes. is going to do 3 plus 1 is 4. Remember, she has that extra move action if she wants to take it. I'm going to denote that down here with that. So, first attack, ranged, targeting a caster. Okay, nice. 2 crits, 2 hits with the crits. We were looking for range. There's 3. She has no rerolls, but she does have +1 attack against enemies at full health, and that caster was at full health, so it actually gets another dice. Nice. There's another crit and another hit. Okay, so that's 5 hits total, 3 of which were crits. The casters have 2 defense. So the first caster is going to take 3 damage, but 3 crits. So crit causes confusion. Now, unfortunately, I don't believe that it doesn't cause, like, for each crit, confusion happens. So it's not like it can do 3 attacks. Yeah. When an enemy model is affected by confuse, that enemy model attacks another enemy model in attack range and ignores the target's defense. But it doesn't say per crit. Like, for example, Tank's ability says a wound for vicious counter says you do the wound per crit. So the caster is going to do a 2 damage ranged attack against anybody in range. And I think, honestly, he's going to do it against the archer. Because that archer is just nasty, nasty, nasty. Okay, so that was 1 attack. So she's going to use her next attack. Again, 4 dice. And looking for ranged. Okay, there's 2 with no rerolls. She's still targeting the caster, obviously. Casters have 2 defense, so nothing happens there. And she uses her 3rd action to do the same thing again. And gets 1 ranged. Oh my gosh, that sucks. Nothing happens. She has a free move. I don't think she's going to take it. I mean, there's no sense in doing that yet, I don't think. Archers go. Archer's going to move 1. They're in the defensive position. It's going to move 1 and fire. It's the only archer that can do that. And it's going to fire against Gunbjorn because he's highest in initiative order. And there's a tie for closest with these 3. So his defense is 2, I believe, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. And no. And archers do 2 damage. Crap. And he gets poisoned, which is even worse. Okay. Yeah, archers suck. Grunts move. They're going to move 1 space. They have attack advantage. Oops, this should be over here against this archer. But, yeah. They can't do anything. Then the casters move. They have 2 movements. So they're going to go here and here. They're going to attack and then they're going to move. Or they're going to move and then attack. If they can attack again. It's going to be at Gunbjorn. Wow. For a total of 4. So let's see what his 2 defense can do. Okay, so there's... Oops, that was a crit. So 1 success, 1 not success. That's for the crit. Alright. Well, Gunbjorn is downed. We lose 1 morale from 4 to 3. And the poison will come off of him. And his hit points will, when he comes back, be 3 because it's half rounded up. This is not looking good. Not looking good at all. Probably should have traded maybe the knowledge ring for the hit point from Eileen. It's too late to do that. Alright, Tank's gonna go. Tank is going to attack. Tank is going to attack the Crabling with 1 action. It's in his space. It's 2 hits. Kills the Crabling. And then he's going to move into this darkness space. So he really needs that health potion. Okay, and he found a treasure. So that's his second action. Of course, the only thing that sucks about that is he's going to have to probably drop something. So here's a level 2 treasure deck. Shuffle it up. Alright, and then give it a cut. He finds a flotation device. So he gets an extra attack while in water spaces, an extra defense roll, and moves unhindered through water spaces. That's just actually hilarious. What does he want to get rid of? The problem is he doesn't want to get rid of anything. Even though it's really great. So I guess it's just going to sit here for now. And then his last action, that's going to activate these, by the way. And his last action, 1, 2, 3, is he's going to move here so that he's still being attacked by him, but he's 1 step closer to the potion. Maybe. Because he's going to have 6 HP when he's full, so yeah. Boomer, there are no boomers. There are no Crablings, actually, so both of those cards need to come off. This is one thing I swear I'm never going to be able to remember to take those off. We're back to the top. The Brute is going to move to the closest. He's already there. He's going to roll to see what he does. An arrow. He attacks all close. So he's going to attack Tank for 3. And Tank has a total of 7. Again, 2 from the natural. Well, put him over here. 2 from the natural, 1 from his shield, 1 from his armor, 1 from the amulet of protection, 1 from his bucket helm, 1 from his position on the track. Defending against 3 damage. Oh my gosh, not a single. He gets 1 reroll. Yeah, that's all he's got is a single reroll. Man. Nothing. Okay, well, so he gets hit for 3, which takes him down. He is now downed. And, yeah. Gunbjorn. Okay, so Gunbjorn's going to attempt to get up. Oh, and our morale drops to 2. I don't think we're going to make it through this one, boys and girls. I really don't. And if I don't, then I'm going to post it, and we can talk about what I should have done differently. And hopefully, in the next time I try it, I'll do a little bit better. Okay, so rallying. We get to roll 1 die per hero in the space. If a unit's down, if our heroes are down, that's 3. Because we have, and that includes the heroes, so Gunbjorn plus Bibo and Eileen. We're looking for a crit, and then we could move 2 spaces once we crit if we wanted to. So no crits, and there's no rerolls, but we get to do it. We get to do it for each action. He's got 3 actions, so that's the first attempt, no go. Second attempt, no go. Third attempt, we're gotta go. Yay. Okay. And yeah, so he comes back up with 3 hit points. He gets to move 2 spaces unhindered by anything. So yeah, that's where he's at. So he's going to stand back up, but that takes his whole turn. Now the brute goes, and if I understand correctly, I think if a hero is downed, I don't think when a hero is down that they're considered a target, like still a target. So when the enemies are attacking, yeah, it doesn't. When it looks for targeting, I'm trying to find this in the books, and it's not really clear. Well, I'm not going to say that. That's not a fair statement. I don't remember it being addressed specifically about how the enemies do that. The closest hero, if there's a time when she was considered you're being taken. So I feel like if they're downed, then they're not considered part of that. So it'll move to the closest hero, so it's going to move up 1 space. And then it's going to roll 1 die, and that is a X. So it's going to attack for 4 hits. It's going to attack whoever's the lowest in initiative, which is again going to be Gunbjorn. 4 hits coming at Gunbjorn. He's got 2. Nothing. Yep. So he is immediately downed again. Oh my gosh. That is brutal. Okay, well, that's his turn. Eileen goes next. She has 3 actions. And she's going to be using 4 dice to do a ranged attack against this caster, but it has that miasma, so that's -1. Looking for ranged. Wow. That is 1 action and no rerolls, so that's 1 action down. She uses another action to do the same thing. 3 hits and a crit. That's a miss. No rerolls. That is 3 minus 2 for the defense is 1, which is enough to kill the caster. Not that it's probably going to matter at this point. 8. Okay. And then final action. She's she's going to fire. Actually, she's going to attack the archer up there. 3 dice, hoping to kill the archer. 2. The archers, I believe, they only have 1. That's a total of 3 damage, but that's how much HP archers have, so she does actually manage to kill the archer. Oddly enough, and she's going to go to 9. She's going to take her into tier 3. Doobie doop boop boop doop boop boop. She gets to choose. She gets to choose an ability. She got cornered. +1 attack to enemies that have 2 close spaces occupied by heroes, or weapons expert may attack with any melee weapon in Eileen's inventory. Interesting. I'm actually going to go with that one because if I could get the sushi knife from Bebo, she could attack melee for 5 damage and still have a ranged option with the boomerang, and those brutes would be easier to kill. Although, like I said, at this point, I don't think it's going to matter because I think we're probably going to lose morale that it's not going to matter. Alright, Bebo goes next. And she gets a free move and 3 actions. Her 3 actions are going to be, first one is going to be to attack the caster in front of her for 3 dice. 4 dice for the attack. It's full health, that's 5 dice. The miasma, there's the 5 dice. So, let me do that again, sorry. 3 base, ranged, 1 for the gloves, 1 for the berserker gem because the caster's at full health, -1 for the miasma. Looking for ranged. That is 2 with no rerolls. And the casters, I believe, have 2 defense. They do. So, next action, second action is going to be the same thing. Looking for ranged again. Same thing again. And final action is going to be the same thing again. And 2 again, which is not enough. Okay, that is utterly depressing. Archers don't go, actually, because yes, they do go. They're there. Archers are going to move 1 space, have defense. So you're going to move 1 space, and that's all they can do. Grunts are going to move 1 space each. They're going to attack. Bebo and Eileen are the 2 highest. Eileen is the highest on the initiative track, so that's 2 for her base, +1 for her shield. Defending against a grunt attack of 1 +1 for its position, so a grunt attack of 2. No rerolls. Eileen is downed. Okay, so let me think here. Yeah, that's it. Start 4. No. Yeah, one more downing and we're done for. Casters are going to go. They would move and attack. So this caster is going to move in here. She's going to attack Bebo for 2. And Bebo's defense is 2. +1 for the fish scale helm. Yeah, for a total of 3 defense. Trying to block 2 damage. And 1 defense reroll. So we have 1 defense reroll. Okay, so that blocks 1. So she blocks 1. It's going to put her at 3 health. But defense reroll, each crit defense roll causes knockdown to 1 attacker per crit. So that's actually going to knock down that caster because of the bubble scepter over here. So there's the bubble scepter, 1 defense reroll, each crit defense roll causes knockdown. We had 1 of those. And then it's Tank's turn. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Gosh dang it. I think I just remembered. Down. Yes, move the initiative card to the bottom of the track. Shoot. Okay, so let's fix this. So Gunbjorn would have been moved down because he was the first one to be downed. Dang it. This is going to have screwed everything up, but it is what it is. Then Tank got downed. So they basically swapped places. Then Gunbjorn got downed. They swapped places back. Then Eileen got down. Wait, that's 4. Yeah, that is 4. So, yeah, Eileen getting knocked down that was the 4th one. Because Gunbjorn has been knocked down twice. So, yep. Alright, well, there you go. A first loss of the campaign. I don't know what I can do differently. I really don't, because I mean, this guy being over here is just, I mean, I guess I almost have to run and grab this and stack up. I don't know what else I could add to Tank though. He's already got an extra HP. He almost needs another HP from something, but I like the reroll on the defense. I think the reroll is more useful than anything else. I don't know. So, let's see what happens. So, let's see. It drops to 0. Heroes have been defeated. If the party is defeated in a campaign, the heroes lose all loot gained from the current scenario. Oh, crap. From the current scenario. Players then choose a different scenario of the same difficulty. Okay, so I'll actually have to go back, I guess, and watch the video to remember what I gained. I know the bucket helm is not something that I gained, but I think the urchin armor is. The urchin armor may actually be the only thing, and nobody picked this up. So I think, yeah, let me look over here because this is from the previous. So yeah, so this was, I believe, the urchin armor. Was it the urchin armor, or was it the scale shield? I think it was the urchin armor. So yeah, so we'll basically, what we'll end up having to do is we'll lose the urchin armor. I have to remember to track that next time because I didn't even think about that. And we're going to have to pick one of the other 2 scenarios. So, I guess, now, unless I just egregiously played, for example, this guy wrong, if I really screwed up some sort of scenario, something, then please let me know and I'll redo this if you feel like it would have made a huge difference. in the way I did something, but otherwise we'll just have to do a different scenario and hopefully have a much better outcome. So yeah, kind of disappointing, but I mean, you can't win them all, right? So having said that, thank you guys for sticking around and hanging out at the table with me. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. I'm the Board Game Roamer, and I will see you, my friends, in the next video. Bye, guys.